Hi viewers and welcome back to Careers Bistro. My name is Wetumwene Shikage and today we're going through a few profiles that are profiled in our Careers Hub publication for today. So please do stay tuned for an interview that we'll have with Mr. Derick Brier. He is the CEO of InTouch. Have a look at the following and we'll be back right after this. Welcome back viewers. Now in studio we are joined by the CEO of InTouch, that is Derick Brier. Welcome to the studio.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for coming. So Mr. Brier is on our front page of Careers today and we're here to get to know him a little bit better and about his job and what he does, his expertise and all of that good stuff. So Mr. Brier, how are you doing?
I'm pretty well. Namibia's had good rain. Everyone is in a good mood when there was good rain, so I'm doing well.
We all love a good rain.
True.
Okay, so we would like to start to get to know about your profession or your position in InTouch, and that is the CEO. Can you tell us when you've been appointed?
Yeah, I've had quite a journey in the NMH group, and if memory serves me correct, I was appointed in around 2016 as the CEO of InTouch.
All right, so it's been quite a while.
True.
All right, so in your profile, we read that you studied mathematical statistics at the Stellenbosch University. How did this complement IT, or was IT your end goal? Why was mathematics involved?
Yeah, it's actually an interesting thing. The course was called BCom Mathematics Actuarial Science. So back then I tried to become an actuary. I did finish the course, the degree, but I soon realized that that's for very clever people. So I think the statistics are serving me well in the sense that a lot of surveys that we're currently doing, so the interpretation of data and everything, and being analytical of nature, it does help with the current way that the world is put together. So the statistics and the mathematics in itself, no, not a huge boost in my career at the moment, but I feel that it played a role, especially because it was damn difficult.
I can only imagine. Already algebra has kicked all of us out. Now imagine studying mathematical statistics. That's a lot.
Well, the only thing I can tell you is that if someone tells you that he's a chemical engineer, they understand what it is to have something difficult. Mathematics doesn't touch on the chemical engineers. Those guys are very clever.
Okay, so moving on, what are some of the major tasks that an IT company takes on an IT department takes on in a whole company?
Well, I think when I started out in business, IT was this little secure, the geeks only boys club. There were very few ladies involved. That has changed significantly at the moment. And IT used to be this thing that everyone was in awe when the IT guy was speaking, because no one knew what he was saying. No one knew or understood what he was doing. And he could hide, or she could hide behind a lot of things. But these days, children are born with a cell phone or a tablet in their hands. And the doctor will Google during a procedure if something is unclear or they don't know anything. So IT has changed tremendously, and I think IT has become more of a support function, the same way that accounting and everything has become a support function. For example, providing CRMs, custom relationship management. It's still the key account managers that handles the information, but someone has to set up the databases, someone has to make sure that everything is flowing, and that you from a mobile device can access those details.
Yes, it even looks better. It looks fancy.
True.
All right, and what are some of the accomplishments that you reaped in this position as you've been the CEO?
I think there's been a lot, but one of the things I'm really proud of the team is when COVID just hit us. I sat down with our senior developer, Christian Botha, and we were talking one night and I was telling him, listen, but with these books that government wants us to fill in, it's going to be a schlep, and it's actually going to be not very conducive to the whole COVID pandemic, because now you have to touch a pen that someone that might have been affected have also touched. So if we could have something, you just scan a QR code and you can enter. And Christian went about it, and what became a 5-minute discussion became a huge project.
Wow.
And we did the C19 registry, and I think that was one of the most unique and quickest deployments we've ever done. And it's also formed the basis now of a lot of software that we're redeploying in events and online payments and online registration and check-ins and everything. So a small 5-minute coffee turned into something quite big.
Yeah, I feel like IT makes our life so much easier. There was a day I attended a meeting, and it was at a restaurant. So this restaurant, the menu, I was waiting for the waitress to bring a menu, but they said scan the QR code at the side of the table. So I'm like, oh, okay. Fancy again.
Yeah.
But moving on, what does your daily schedule look like?
I'll have to first go scan my QR code and then I can tell you. Yeah, it varies. I think I try to not put a schedule per day, but I try to schedule things during a week. I've recently adapted Elon Musk's time box method, and I find that I'm far more productive. Instead of doing a to-do list and trying to do 200-300 items in a week at random, or just working from top to bottom, during the time box, I can then say, okay, these are the 3 top priorities for today. This is non-negotiable, this has to be done today. So today I've got a couple of contracts, I've got a couple of reviews, and I've got a couple of system designs that I have to discuss with the developers, and that will be my main focus for today. But typically it could include responding to emails, responding to customers, calls, and also following up on developments and going back to customers and telling them, listen, we've got a new solution that will help you in your business. Let's have a sit down and discuss it.
Awesome, awesome. So the life of a CEO is not so complicated.
No, we know nothing, but we hide it very well.
Very smart people. But speaking about successes and speaking about all the good things, what are some of the challenges that you face, and that and how often do they occur?
I think the biggest challenge that Namibia has been facing for a couple of years now is financial constraints. Being very productive with very little resources. First, we had a whole economic crisis because of the drought and the financial crisis that we experienced because of CAPEX spending from government that went down, and a couple of other things. And then came COVID, and a lot of people has lost their jobs, has lost their houses and everything. So every business, even the big businesses, and I'm not going to name industries, but there's a couple of industries that's still coining it and still making millions a month and billions a year, even they are feeling it. And they have to be cost conscious. So I think the biggest challenge is to provide world-class standard solutions, but at Namibian prices. Namibians has always been, if you tell them they can have a vehicle, they want all the bells and whistles, but they only want to pay for a donkey car.
Thank you so much for that. So getting to know Mr. Brier just a little bit better, what do you get up to in your free time when you're not so busy with systems and developers and making people's lives easier?
Well, I think we've been blessed to live in this beautiful country, and it's a sin to sit in this town weekend after weekend after weekend. So the family and I, we love to go camping. The wife has now also moved from glamping to camping. In the beginning, I couldn't get her to set foot inside a tent. But she's the one actually, and I can promise you this, she phoned me this morning and said, we must go camping next weekend.
Awesome.
So she's been converted. She's now a camper. And yeah, that's what I love doing, especially if we can go camp at a place where there's no cell phone reception. Then you know you're at the right place. So yes, it is getting away from the noise and the hustle and the bustle, but it is also a conducive environment to let the brain juices flow a bit.
Excellent. Thank you so much for joining us in studio today. Are there any final words that you'd like to give to our youth that are watching and would be aspiring CEOs?
I think the biggest lesson I've learned in life, well, not the biggest, but one of the biggest ones concerning careers, you will never be 100% where you want to be. If you are 100% where you want to be, you're doing it wrong. You must always aspire to learn more, to grow more, and to be more for other people. Always leave a place of business better than when you found it, and help other people to grow so that they can fill your position and you can move on to bigger and greater things.
Thank you so much for those wise words. And once again, thank you so much for joining us in studio on our great couch.
Yeah.
We hope to get to meet some of your employees and profile them on our Careers Bistro show. Well, viewers, that has come to the end of this interview. Stay tuned for some career motivation.
I'm Martha Angolo, a breast cancer survivor. I was a patient, then I became a Cancer Association of Namibia volunteer because I wanted to make a difference to my people to fight cancer.
Now more than ever, inequalities in healthcare have been highlighted due to especially COVID-19. Vulnerable communities, persons and minorities need to be heard. An in-depth look must be made at socio-economic factors such as cultural context, gender norms, income and education levels, as well as prejudices, discrimination and assumptions based on age, gender, sexual orientation, ethnicity, disability and lifestyle that create wide disparities in cancer prevention, incidence and survival rates. This World Cancer Day, let's close the care and support gap so that all cancer patients in Namibia and our Southern African region will have better access to treatment, support and cancer care.
Namibians, let us close the cancer care gap. Namibians, let us fight cancer together.
My name is Toivo Ndjebela. I am editor of Namibian Sun. I've been in journalism for 16 years and it has been a very wonderful journey. Journalism has been very kind to me in so many ways, professionally, personally. And you know, what I enjoy about my job really is the edge of having to find out what is latest every day, waking up not knowing exactly what will happen, and then as the day goes, you know, so much information, you know, land on my desk, and that just being among the first people to know about some of these things is really very nice. Very, you know, that curiosity is always very nice. But I think at a broader level, the fact that we you know, speak to, you know, we empower people with information, people who did not know certain things, people who did not know, government officials not knowing where the problems are in the country, and we report about those problems, and then they go there and solve those problems. We feel like we are part of that solution. So for those of you who may want to pursue this career in the years to come, or you want to do it even this year as the academic year kicks off, you know, consider journalism is a very good thing. It's a very fulfilling career, and you'll only be happy at the end of the day with what you are doing for the people. Thank you.
Now, who does not enjoy such a great career motivation? Thank you so much for that. Now it's time to head on to our company profile as we profile the following company, Seattle Coffe. Let's have a look.
Hi, I'm Glenda Bosch from Greenville Properties. I'm going to be showing you all my favorite hotspots in Winter, starting with coffee shops today. Seattle Coffee Shop at the Grove Mall. Let's go inside. So why I like this coffee shop is they know my order. What am I ordering?
Double shot, no fun cappuccino.
Good. Thank you. Another reason I love Seattle Coffee Shop is Isak. He makes the most amazing art on my cappuccino. So I asked him how he does it, and he says the baristas all get training from, there's a lead barista that does the training, gets training in South Africa, and the lead barista comes and trains the other baristas. But not all of them do such special art on the coffees. So the secret is a little bit of talent, a little bit of extra effort, and a lot of practice. Thanks, Isak, for our beautiful cappuccino. If I really want to spoil myself, I'll have one of these, but not today.
Once again, viewers, thank you so much for joining us today. Well, from me, Wetumwene Shikari, I'll see you guys again next week, same time, same place, with different profiles and different faces, different entities that we are proudly profiling in our Careers Hub. Please stay tuned as we bring all your favorites right here.